What if I told you that the difference between riding out the next food crisis comfortably or standing in an empty aisle with nothing left comes down to what you put in your cart today? Across the U.S., grocery bills are climbing at a pace not seen in decades. Some stores are quietly hiking prices by 30 to 40%, leaving families scrambling just to keep dinner on the table. Experts warn that 2025 will bring even tighter supply chains, more crop failures, and higher import costs that could send everyday essentials out of reach for ordinary Americans. But there's a silver lining. Smart shoppers know where to look and what to grab before everyone else catches on. Right now, Aldi and other discount retailers are still holding the line on certain products, giving you a chance to build a pantry that works like survival insurance. Whether you're a retiree stretching a fixed income, a large family feeding kids every day, or a young adult determined to save money, this list matters. Today, we're counting down 15 grocery essentials you need to stock before shortages strike. And trust me, number 11 is the kind of hidden gem that turns a $2 breakfast into a lifesaver. Item 1. Berman's Peanut Butter. Peanut butter isn't just a sandwich spread, it's one of the cheapest, most efficient survival proteins you can buy. Aldi's Berman's jars cost just a fraction of big-name brands, yet they deliver the same 16 grams of protein and 16 grams of healthy fats per serving. That combination keeps you full longer, stabilizes energy during stressful times, and can replace meat when prices skyrocket. During past outages, families have survived for days on nothing more than peanut butter, crackers, and water. Plus, it stores well, often up to 2 years unopened, and a simple trick like storing jars upside down keeps oils from separating. In a crisis, peanut butter becomes more than food. It can fuel your body, calm hunger pangs, and even be used as a fire starter thanks to its natural oils. For under $3 a jar, it's one of the smartest investments in food security you'll ever make. And if you think only peanuts are cheap, wait until the next one. Item 2. Dakota's Pride dried beans. If protein is the first thing to vanish during a crisis, then dried beans are your ticket to staying ahead of the curve. Aldi's Dakota's Pride beans are not only shelf-stable for decades when stored properly, but they also cost pennies per serving. One cup provides about 15 grams of protein plus resistant starch that improves gut health over time. Compare that to beef at $8 a pound, and beans win every time. With meat prices soaring nearly 50% this year, beans become a reliable, affordable alternative that keeps your grocery bill in check. The kicker? While other stores charge $3.05 per bag, Aldi often sells theirs for under $1.50. That's a 200% savings you can't ignore. And unlike meat, beans don't require refrigeration, making them essential when the power goes out. Families that stocked beans during past shortages not only stayed fed, they saved hundreds on monthly food costs. Stock them deep, rotate regularly, and you'll never have to beg the store shelves again. But it's not just protein. Your body also needs healthy fats. And that's why the next item is important. Item 3. Simply Nature Coconut Oil. Most people walk past coconut oil without realizing they're ignoring one of the most versatile survival tools on the shelf. Aldi's Simply Nature Coconut Oil isn't just for cooking. It's fuel, medicine, and even a natural preservative. During outages, people have used it to fry food on camp stoves, create makeshift candles, and even treat wounds thanks to its antibacterial properties. Science backs it up. Coconut oil contains lauric acid and caprylic acid, compounds also found in breast milk that help fight infection and strengthen immunity. While other stores push prices above $12, Aldi still sells jars for under $6. Even better, it never really expires when stored properly. Solid in the winter, liquid in the summer, but always usable. Having a few jars in your pantry is like owning a pharmacy and an energy source in one container. When the next supply disruption hits, this little jar could be worth its weight in gold. But to turn oil and beans into real meals, you'll need the foundation of nearly every kitchen, the humble bag of flour. Item 4, Baker's Corner flour. When shelves run empty, the families who can bake will be the ones who thrive. Aldi's Baker's Corner all-purpose flour is more than an ingredient. It's survival insurance. A single 5-pound bag holds around 8,000 calories, enough to feed an adult for 4 days. That means for less than $2, you're securing life-sustaining nutrition at under 50 cents a day. During past crises, neighbors with flour quickly became community heroes, turning out bread, pancakes, and pasta when store-bought loaves were gone. And while commercial bakeries eat up 96% of U.S. wheat production, home bakers are left fighting over the scraps. Storing flour correctly, airtight containers with oxygen absorbers, can extend its shelf life up to 5 years, protecting your investment and your family. Factor in the current droughts and global wheat shortages, and it's clear why this pantry staple might soon triple in price. Don't wait until bread costs $5 a loaf. Buy your flour now while it's still affordable. But flour alone won't keep your body healthy. Let's talk about the canned vegetables that carry essential vitamins through any storm. Item 5. LiveWell canned vegetables. Canned vegetables may not sound exciting, but when fresh produce disappears, these humble cans become lifesavers. Aldi's LiveWell line offers everything from green beans to carrots at just $1.79 per can, less than half the price at Kroger or Target. What makes them powerful is their resilience. Fresh veggies lose nutrients within a week of transport, but canned varieties retain up to 85% of their vitamins for 2 years or more. During disasters like the Texas winter storm, families who stocked canned vegetables not only fed themselves, but also neighbors who had nothing fresh left to eat. A single can of mixed veggies can stretch into a hearty soup when paired with rice or broth, or hausarm, or bum, turning pennies into meals for 4. With extreme weather destroying nearly a quarter of U.S. vegetable crops, supply will only get tighter. Stocking up now means your family won't be living on crackers and candy bars when shelves run bare. And once you've secured vitamins, it's time to think about quick energy, the kind of fuel sugar delivers instantly. Item 6. Baker's Corner Sugar. Sugar isn't just about sweetening your morning coffee, it's a survival powerhouse. Aldi's Baker's Corner Sugar is cheap, widely available, and virtually immortal if stored properly. In a crisis, it provides instant energy your body can burn fast, which is critical during physically demanding situations. Beyond calories, sugar helps preserve fruits, extend the shelf life of jams, and even aids in baking bread when yeast is scarce. A single 4-pound bag can last indefinitely if sealed in airtight containers, making it one of the most dependable investments for your pantry. And here's the kicker. When food became scarce in past crises, sugar was often traded like currency because everyone craved quick energy and comfort. At Aldi, it still sells for under $3, while competitors quietly push prices higher. Think of sugar as more than a luxury. It's cheap fuel, a preservation tool, and a morale booster rolled into one simple bag. But while sugar fuels the body, there's a sweeter option that doubles as natural medicine: raw honey. Item 7. Simply Nature Raw Honey. Honey is more than just a natural sweetener. It's liquid survival medicine. Aldi's Simply Nature Raw Honey sells for under $4 a jar, while health food stores charge twice that for nearly identical quality. What makes honey extraordinary is its immortality. Archaeologists found 3,000-year-old honey in Egyptian tombs that was still perfectly edible. That means the jar you buy today could outlast you and still nourish your grandchildren. Beyond longevity, honey carries antibacterial and antiviral properties. In fact, studies show it can kill antibiotic-resistant bacteria, making it more effective than many over-the-counter ointments. During shortages, families have used it to treat wounds, soothe coughs, and even trade it as valuable barter when cash was useless. And unlike sugar, honey releases energy gradually, avoiding crashes and keeping you steady under stress. In hard times, honey becomes more than comfort. It's a healing tool and long-term investment. Keeping a few jars in your pantry is like owning a natural pharmacy. But as sweet as honey is, your pantry also needs a reliable carb that's cheap, filling, and lasts for years. Pasta. Item 8. Pasta collection. Pasta is the kind of food that stretches every dollar while keeping stomachs full. Aldi's pasta collection often sells for under $1 per pound, while other grocers charge nearly double for the exact same product. What makes pasta invaluable during a crisis is its versatility and shelf life. Stored in airtight containers, it can last for years without losing quality. A single pound of pasta can produce multiple family meals, especially when combined with broth or canned vegetables. Families in Italy saw pasta prices soar 50% last year, despite wheat costs dropping, proving how quickly manufacturers can manipulate markets. But Aldi, thanks to long-term sourcing contracts, has kept prices remarkably low. Cooking pasta requires only boiling water, making it a reliable calorie base when resources are tight. And unlike many survival foods, pasta is familiar, comforting, and kid-friendly, an important morale booster when stress is high. In short, it's cheap, filling, and recession-proof. Still, pasta alone can be bland. Let's add flavor and nutrition with chicken broth, the liquid gold of survival cooking. Item 9. Chef's Cupboard Chicken Broth. When stress is high and ingredients are limited, flavor becomes survival. Aldi's Chef's Cupboard Chicken Broth is more than a soup starter. It's hydration, nutrition, and comfort in a box. Each carton contains minerals, sodium, and amino acids that help the body maintain energy under pressure. A Stanford study even found that bone broth consumers had 40% more stamina than those eating carbs alone. During power outages, families use broth not only as a hot drink to stay warm, but also to stretch plain rice or beans into complete meals. At just $99.99 a carton, Aldi's broth costs less than half of what Walmart or Kroger charge for nearly identical quality. The kicker? Broth is lightweight, stackable, and requires no can opener. When food options are bleak, chicken broth can transform a meal from survival rations into real comfort food. That's why smart shoppers treat it as liquid gold for their pantry. And if broth can stretch your meals, rice is the backbone that makes those meals truly filling. Item 10. Live Well Rice is the quiet giant of survival food. Aldi's Live Well rice comes in bulk bags that cost less than $9 for 20 pounds, about 200 servings for just pennies each. Stored correctly, white rice can last up to 30 years, making it one of the most reliable staples you can own. In past shortages, rice vanished from big box stores like Walmart and Target, yet Aldi managed to keep it on shelves thanks to long-term contracts. The real value of rice lies in its flexibility. Pair it with broth, beans, or canned vegetables, and you've created a complete, nourishing meal for your family at minimal cost. Even better, a small storage trick: keeping rice in airtight containers with bay leaves prevents pests from destroying your supply. For households trying to stretch their budgets, rice transforms into hundreds of filling meals for under a nickel each. No wonder survival experts call it the cornerstone of crisis calories. But rice isn't the only budget-friendly carb. Oats provide a wholesome breakfast that's both cheap and heart-healthy. Item 11. Millville Oats. Breakfast can be the hardest meal to cover affordably during a crisis. But Aldi's Millville Oats solve that problem with simplicity and nutrition. Oats are packed with fiber, iron, and B vitamins that support heart health and steady energy throughout the day. A single container can stretch into dozens of servings for just a few dollars, one of the cheapest per meal costs in any grocery store. Unlike sugary cereals that spoil quickly or rely on imports, oats store well for years when sealed properly. Just add water, powdered milk, or even a spoonful of honey, and you have a filling meal that costs pennies but feels like comfort. During shortages, oats offer more than calories. They provide stability and health benefits seniors, children, and adults all need. And because they're lightweight and easy to prepare, oats are also perfect for emergencies where fuel or time is limited. Still, no matter how much food you stock, it's useless without clean water, the most essential survival supply. Item 12. Puraquell bottled water. Food can keep you alive for weeks, but without water, survival shrinks to just 3 days. That's why Aldi's Puraquell bottled water is one of the most overlooked yet critical stockpile items. At under $4 per 24-pack, it's significantly cheaper than most competitors, making it easy to build reserves without draining your budget. In crises like hurricanes or winter storms, clean water often disappears from shelves first, leaving families scrambling. Bottled water isn't just for drinking. It's essential for cooking rice, oats, or pasta when tap water becomes unsafe. Even storing a modest supply of 10 cases ensures weeks of hydration for a family of 4. And because Aldi keeps prices steady while others raise them, it's smart to stock up now before demand spikes again. Think of water as the foundation for every other item in your pantry. Without it, The beans, rice, and broth can't do their job. But if you want to stretch flour into bread and meals, you'll also need the hidden essentials, baking powder and yeast. Item 13. Baker's corn or baking powder and yeast flour alone won't rise into bread. You need the hidden heroes, baking powder and yeast. Aldi's Baker's Corner brand keeps these essentials affordable, while other stores quietly hike prices. A few packets of yeast can turn a 5-pound bag of flour into multiple loaves of bread, stretching your food dollars further than any store-bought loaf. Baking powder, meanwhile, is the key to pancakes, biscuits, and countless baked goods that provide both calories and comfort during stressful times. Properly sealed, yeast lasts a year in the fridge, while baking powder can remain potent for up to 2 years. During shortages, these tiny containers become priceless. In fact, during past crises, neighbors with yeast weren't just baking for themselves. They were trading loaves of bread for medicine, gasoline, and even childcare. Stocking these small but mighty items today ensures your pantry flour isn't just calories, but meals that lift spirits and keep families going. And while bread fills the table, nothing nourishes like milk, even better when it's shelf-stable in powdered form. Item 14. Friendly Farms powdered milk. When fresh milk becomes too expensive or simply unavailable, powdered milk steps in as a quiet hero. Aldi's Friendly Farms powdered milk is cheaper than national brands, but delivers the same essential nutrients. Protein, calcium, and vitamin D. A single box can make multiple gallons, giving you weeks of shelf-stable nutrition for under $10. For families with kids, this is a game changer when regular milk prices surge or supply chains break down. It's not just for drinking. Powdered milk adds creaminess to oats, rice, baked goods, and even coffee. Properly sealed, it can last years, making it a cornerstone of any long-term pantry. During past crises, powdered milk became so valuable that families used it as barter, trading it for fresh produce or household supplies. With dairy production facing rising costs from feed shortages and fuel hikes, prices are only expected to climb. Stocking powdered milk now means you'll have both comfort and nutrition when others go without. And to complete a crisis-ready pantry, the last item is a protein powerhouse that stores easily: canned fish. Item 15. Canned tuna and fish. Aldi brand. Few foods pack as much nutrition into such a small package as canned tuna and fish. Aldi's private label options cost far less than national brands, but still provide premium protein and omega-3 fatty acids your body desperately needs during stressful times. One can deliver up to 20 grams of protein, enough to rival a steak at a fraction of the price. Even better, canned fish has a shelf life of 3 to 5 years, making it a long-term staple that's ready whenever you need it. In past crises, tuna was among the first items to disappear from store shelves, and families that stocked up stayed ahead of protein shortages while others scrambled. Beyond sandwiches, canned tuna can be added to pasta, rice, or broth to create hearty meals for pennies per serving. Think of it as compact, portable, and ready-to-eat survival food. Affordable, nutritious, and reliable, canned fish deserves a permanent spot in every preparedness pantry. With these 15 essentials, you now have more than groceries. You have a survival insurance policy sitting in your kitchen. When you look at these 15 essentials together, you'll notice something powerful. They're not luxury items, they're survival insurance. Each bag of rice, jar of peanut butter, or can of tuna is more than just food. It's peace of mind when the world outside feels uncertain. While many households will face empty shelves and soaring prices, those who prepare now will enjoy stability, comfort, and security. The truth is, waiting until the media announces a shortage is already too late. By then, prices will double, shelves will empty overnight, and panic buying will take over. But by acting today, by stocking flour, beans, honey, broth, and more, you give yourself an edge that money alone can't buy. You protect your family, stretch your budget, and stay calm while others scramble. Remember, preparation isn't about fear, it's about foresight. The families who thrive in 2020 will be the ones who took action before the crisis struck. So start with 1 or 2 items from this list. Build little by little, and you'll thank yourself when the next storm hits. Preparation isn't panic, it's protection.